What's up, everybody? Circus here, coming at you.
Circus is back!
Woo-woo.
Circus is back.
And we look
It's
better
been
than
great,
ever, man.
guys.
Look at this. This is amazing, isn't it?
It is great. I know you guys been asking every day, where's Circus? Where's Circus? I am so hyped. He's back.
I've always been right here. You just didn't notice. You just didn't notice. That's
right.
all.
You've been hiding behind the thumbnails the whole time.
That's right, man.
Just
So yeah, I'm excited. This is the first power ranking since the vacation, and I can't wait to get into it. I bet a lot
for
has
the crazy
changed.
meta change.
Yeah, I bet it's
meta
way
shakeup.
different. Yes. So I
Me
can't wait to
too.
get into it. So if you're new to the series, that'd be very unusual at this point because who doesn't know what we do here? But if you don't know, what we're doing is we track decks as they're played in tournaments each week, and we see how they perform, and then we assign them points based on how they finish. So if a deck gets a first place finish, it's going to get 6 points. Second place finish is 4 points. Top 4 is 2 points, and a top 8 is a single point.
That's right, Circus. And to keep the power rankings consistent, all of the tournaments that we track have to have the same format, that being rounds of Swiss into a top cut, and the deck format being a 20 to 30 card deck with a 7 card side deck in which you can side in skills. And the tournaments that met that criteria this week were...
Leave you hanging. There they are.
Boom! Thank you. Look at that. That's a nice graphic.
It is.
You've got the Battle Phase series, the Meta series, and the Ruby League MCS was this week as well. You can see there.
Yep. Yeah, I want to give Gian a shout out right now. These graphics are amazing.
Yeah, they have been
What's up, Gian?
very, very nice. Gian has started doing a lot of the thumbnails and the graphics. They look clean as hell.
That's what happens when the old man doesn't have to do them and you get an actual graphic artist to do them.
Get a young zoomer. On
That's
the
right.
graphics,
That's
you know?
right. All right, so let's get right into it. 5th place this week. What do you think it is, Kamal? What do you think?
I am gonna say it's Harpies.
And
Harpies
you
number 5.
are not
Ooh,
right. Incorrect.
Hey. Well, look, Gaia from last week, they were number 4. I believe now they're number 5. It is good to still see Gaia in the top 5 of the power rankings. However, this deck I'm seeing it's getting worse and worse at closing out tournaments beyond top 8. This deck is very straightforward. It has one play and then kind of relies on disruption from your TTH, your Book of Moon, your Chalice for you to, make it into the end game. So I think a lot of the other better decks, they don't have to deal with that. They have actual plays they can consistently make. But Gaia, one part of it falls apart, the whole thing comes crashing down. You lose your field spell, you're done. You lose one of your Gaia components, you're done.
Now, it looks like the deck list is this is the deck list now. It doesn't really change a whole lot. It doesn't look like there's a lot of room to flex either when I'm looking at it here.
Yeah, it honestly comes down to what your priorities are. In a side deck tournament, obviously, you are going to have those spaces for stuff. But a deck list like this is not even running full disruption background. I would say this is a super consistent Gaia list here, going for double Dragon's Mirror, double Gateway to Chaos. So you are almost guaranteed a Gaia component and a second Fusion Summon after your first one. That is the big point of this deck, as opposed to another deck where you might see double TTH, triple Book of Moon, double MST, straight up just back row to make sure that your stuff doesn't die, so your field spell is alive and you can get off your one fusion monster and rely on that.
So what are they struggling against now? Just same old, same old?
Long-winded games.
Yeah.
I would say any deck that can run backward. Most decks that were not good against Gaia, like Thunder Dragon, are beginning to adapt, running MST, running those hand traps, other back row removal options so that their hand traps actually become useful. Gaia struggles against Resonators as well. I would say Resonators have come back, and they have a lot of negates, chain summoning. Gaia can stop it, but only once per turn. And
Okay. All right, well, what'd they score? 8 points. Why are we even talking about them? Get them out of here. All right, number 4. Is Chronomaly going to be on here? That's the question.
I
right?
sure hope so, man. Where the heck
Are they
is
number 4?
Chronomaly? I
No.
hope so.
No.
Oh my gosh, dude. 4th place. Yeah, what's up?
I was going to say, Gian's probably happy Thunder Dragons being number 4, but...
Yes, he is. Gian was there on Battle Phase Thursday when
is he?
Muhammad won with Thunder Dragons, had guest star Token Black as a caster. It was a lot of fun. Come through Battle Phase Thursday. But you can see here, Thunder Dragons, they are really relying on what makes them good, just spamming out the Thunder Dragons to make Xyz monsters. The core deck list is really not on the disruptive side. Just straight up get Thunder Dragons out, make Xyz monsters, and Spirit Karibo. That's it. With Thunder Dragons, I've seen the real variation does come in the side deck. You know, running Herald, running double MST. MST is huge in the side deck for Thunder Dragons now. I'd almost say it's something that you have to play if you're not going to main deck it.
All right, so my main question with this one is it's been around forever. Now, it's not overpowered in the current meta or anything like that, but does this get hit just to get it out of the way for pendulums? You know what I mean? Ban list, get them out of here, clean slate, let's move on.
I definitely think Thunder Dragons are going to be in a weird place when pendulums come out, right? Because you are going to be able to spam out 3 Thunder Dragons. I don't think that's going to be all right. You know, I think they may have to do something about that, you know, especially with how much summoning potential you have already. I don't know. The deck, some builds are still utilizing Lightsworn Engine. This one is utilizing Gold Sarcophagus. So I think if it is something that they think is a little too much, they may have to look at some of those accompanying engines that these decks are using, because Gold Sarcophagus is a card that this deck relies on quite heavily. We saw throughout the tournament when Thunder Dragons are not able to get an initial banish off, they struggle a lot. Just having to play with their hand traps. So the Raiden, the Gold Sarcophagus, that stuff is really important.
Well, I wonder how many decks that have been around for a long time are going to get hit for deck diversity. You know what I mean? Because I think they're going to want to get rid of some stuff so they can usher in the new things, right? We'll have to wait and see. All right, third place, Chronomaly.
I hope so, dude. What the heck? Oh my gosh!
Not Chronomaly. It's not happening, man.
The TGs
25 points. That's respectable. I mean,
yeah, it makes it onto the power rankings, and with a pretty good performance, winning 2 tournaments this week.
I mean, 25 points. Sometimes that's what the winner of the week would get. Not Onomats. I mean, Onomats destroy everybody, but before that, 25 could win you the week. So that's pretty respectable considering TGs were a laughing.
They were laughing stock.
Yeah, the laughing stock of the community for such a long time, right? I mean, if someone played TGs, you're like, what are you doing? Why are you playing TGs?
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing, dude? You freaking anime role player.
Right, what are you doing?
But this deck is pretty dang clean. To be honest, we've seen it do some crazy stuff, and it is winning tournaments. It's kind of like this is the best anti-meta deck that we've had in a while, right? A deck that we could call anti-meta that just came about. It's a weird combination of stuff that is really good against, you know, the best decks, Resonators, Onomats.
It almost feels like dinos, half dinos, right? Look at that, Survival's End.
It is
half
dinos. And,
you know,
in fact, this comes from a different variant of this deck. If you remember, our boy Kuroku Dairo, was playing the more dinosaur version of this deck, and then I saw him playing a version like this with some TGs, but a lot more dinos, and now it's kind of been consolidated down to just your core dinosaurs, Miscellaneousaurus, and Booster Raptor, and a whole lot of traps, bringing back Survival's End, which is a very powerful removal card, especially when decks are not running cards like Necro Valley in the side deck extremely often. Having removal that you can mill to the graveyard and your opponent cannot do anything about it is extremely useful. We're in that TTH Book of Moon meta. It is very nice when your opponent activates TTH Book of Moon and you can chain double Survival's End from the graveyard to clear their board as well.
Right.
So,
and any deck that uses 3 Paleozoic Canadia, best deck. Best deck right there.
Now, I really hope this deck does not get nerfed. That would be extremely unfortunate.
What would they nerf in it, though, at this point? You know, because I look at it, it's barely even a TG deck when you look at it. I mean, it's got Light Swarms, it's got Dinos, it's got a bunch of staples. What would you even nerf in it?
I don't know. Survival's End's an event card. Maybe, I don't know. They put it with some Paleos. They do something.
Is this even hot enough on the ladder to care? is my question.
I don't. Yeah, it's
You know
way
what I
too
mean?
expensive for any feasible ladder player to ever build. Like, I
Right.
don't think you're ever just gonna see someone running this in the wild.
In the wild.
But
In Animal Planet.
I'm not saying it will, but I do hope this deck does not get nerfed because it has the potential to become really good if we get better supporting cards in Arc 5 world.
Mhm.
This deck is pretty good. I think it will continue to stay good even if decks like Onomats and Resonators kind of fall by the wayside eventually.
All right. Well, congratulations, TG Dinos. That's what we'll call it.
TG Dinos, let's
TG
go.
Dino. All right, number 2. This has got to be Chronomaly. Has to be.
Dude, we waited 2 months. It has to be Chronomaly, dude. It has to be.
All right, here it is. This is it, Kamel.
Oh my god, dude.
Now, I like Harpies. I've been on the Harpy train since they came out. I love them. 27 points. That's still respectable.
Yes.
I mean, we all know more than likely Chronomaly's at number 1 then, and they must have just destroyed everything. But 27 points, that's still pretty good. That's two tournament victories and a second place.
Yeah, Harpies have been knocked off of the power rankings for a couple weeks. Just came back last week, I believe, and they are coming back strong in second place this week. They haven't done this in, I want to say, a couple months since OnoDomination took over.
Do they have like a good matchup right now, or what is it? Because for a while they were just getting just destroyed, and they weren't even on the power rankings. And now second place, that's pretty good.
I'd say one of their bad matchups kind of just left, and for some reason, well, we'll get into after we talk about number 1, but
Chronomaly,
Resonators kind of just stopped existing. Once people were like, yeah, it's a new automatic counter, and Resonators was a competent deck that this deck had to deal with, and they kind of beat them in most situations. That's no longer the case. Harpies are here in second place, and the core deck list hasn't changed too much. There are people running that 30-card deck, which, still has seen some success, but runs into the same problems late in tournaments. It's unable to close out due to inconsistency.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I don't think too much has changed for Harpies. They do have access to Breakthrough Skill, which is honestly crazy with that deck. When you activate it from a graveyard, you can bounce with Cyber Slash's effect. It's nuts.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, pretty nice.
I'm happy to see him there because I actually have this deck on multiple accounts, so I can just pick that up, dust it off, and just get right back in on it. I like it.
Make sure you get your Breakthrough Skill from the selection box,
Uh-oh. Rut-row. Rut-row. All right, here we go. We're going into number 1 here. This has got to be Chronomaly. It's got to be.
I'm ready to see that Chronomaly deck list. Number 6, Chronomaly Atlantis. Let's go.
No, it's on. That's 65 points. Jesus Christ.
Oh my gosh. 248 people put the deck. Bro, what happened last week? Last week, Resonators won. Resonators won the power rankings last week.
And they're not even on it this week.
What happened? I don't understand.
Well, come on. Look whose deck list we're looking at here.
-1 champion of the Meta Weekly.
I mean, come on.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen. He's playing literally
he went from playing Luna Lights to playing.
He went from playing Luna Lights and Worlds to playing Onomats.
Well, which was funny because I asked him what decks you were gonna play in Worlds, and he's always real standoffish. He doesn't want to give anything away, but he's like, you're gonna find one of them really funny, and sure enough.
It was Luna
Lights. And if you guys go back and look, there is a video of Neg and I playing Luna Lights on the ladder like a year ago or something, like 6 months ago. Yeah.
The origin story. So
yep.
Onomats get 5 tournament wins on the week, including winning the MCS, which is no surprise. And the Meta Weekly
and the Meta Weekly Friday, Wednesday and Friday.
They can only win in Meta tournament, right?
Yeah, they can only win in the Meta Champion Series.
Oh my gosh, that is weird. But instead of talking about Onomats, let's talk about why the heck they haven't gone anywhere, dude. Oh my gosh.
Well, why would they? Right?
Chronomaly was supposed to knock them out.
Oh.
New box, nothing is able to stop Onomats.
Yeah.
The core deck list is too clean.
Yeah, it's too nice. Look at that.
They lose Rhinoceros. It doesn't matter,
Well, they didn't need Rhinoceros before. Once they got it, they went to the moon. You know what I mean?
The moon.
They just it was OnoDomination. Now they're just back on Earth, and they're just still destroying everybody. They're still the king of the game. They're just not untouchable. Now you can beat them once in a while.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah, Onomat's just still remaining the kings of the meta. Even decks that come in like TG Dino, they are good, but they're lacking in the consistency department, which Onomat just slaughters every deck in, hands down. They have all the core removal options that they need, all of the boss monster options that they could want to fulfill any role. And nothing's happened. Casey Cup in a couple weeks. See you guys then.
Now I'm looking real close at this deck list, and it says it costed 46,000 gems or $233. That seems really low when I'm looking at this deck list.
I mean, this deck list, I would say, is probably on the
unless I can't read that number right. I mean, it looks like it says $233, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, just the Book of Moons and the MSTs. I know
just the Book of Moons is $200, dude. I mean,
at least
you're talking like there must be some funny Gemonomics that went on.
Oh yeah,
I don't know in the calculation of that,
Right? Maybe it's just the core. I don't know. All right, Onomats, congratulations. I'm glad I came back for that. All right, let's look at overall representation this week.
Onomats, 148.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. Okay, what's second place?
Gaia 105. That is actually interesting. That Gaia is second place. A lot of people trying it out. Guys need to find a solution. Make Gaia last into the later stages of the tournament. The deck list we saw had a pretty good idea of running more consistency options, but they likely lost because they got interrupted a little too much. So got to find that happy medium.
All right, top 8 conversions. Teller Knights and Yusenjus. Vampires.
That's okay, dude. Jian's keeping us sharp, dude.
Yeah, he's making us work here.
Vampires 33%, Goki 22%, Yosenju and Teller Knight with 13.
Back in the day, when the old man was making the graphics, we cut out a lot of them because, like, we said your deck had to be played at least 20 times. So that way, because, like, did Vampires get played 20 times? If it got played, like, 5 times, and then these people convert, it throws the conversion rates off. So we'd usually say you had to have so many attempts in a week so that the numbers look a bit more consistent.
All good.
All good. And then top 8 finishes.
Hey, these are in order. Onomat's
pretty
22.
Pretty close.
Almost.
Pretty close. You get the gist.
Yeah, Onomat's still just blowing them away. No competition here.
And then overall scores. This one better be in order, Gian. Hey, you're lucky.
Hey, it is.
You're lucky. You're lucky. All right. No, looks good. I mean, Onomat's just destroying everybody again by almost 40 points. That's. I mean, what do you say to that? What do you say? 40 points is just. That's still. People like to debate tier 1 and tier 0. I mean.
I say we need to post Casey Cup ban list ASAP.
Yeah, ASAP. But I know, Gian, we're giving you a hard time, but thank you for all the graphics. They do look amazing. I love this new layout. It looks great. But so basically, I took 3 or 4 weeks off, come back, and nothing's changed.
Nothing has changed at all. What did you expect, dude? Playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links.
A lot happened in that time I was gone, so I expected.
You're supposed to be gone for another month, dude, until Arc 5 comes out.
Oh, okay. Well. We'll see you in a month, folks. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here, but you should get in the Discord. Why? Because it's free. The tournaments are free. We still do tournaments, right?
Yes, we do.
All right, tournaments are free, and we still have new player helpers, yeah?
I think we still have those, yep.
All right, and it's still free, I believe, so make sure to check that out. We're going to get out of here. I'm Circus. That's Kamel.
Peace out, guys.
And we'll see you next time.